Hi, I'm Melody.
And I'm Candi.
And you're listening to
Quirks, Bumps,
and Bruises. So on this episode of Quirks, Bumps, and Bruises, we're going to the dogs, y'all. Going to the dogs. So, Candi, you have a dog.
I do.
Named?
Sweet dog. Her name is Ivy. She's precious, in case you didn't know.
And you just have the one dog right now, right?
Do. Mm-hmm.
And we brought Wendy in here.
Hello.
And Wendy is our community care coordinator. Wendy, do you have a dog?
Yes, I have 3.
I was going to say a dog.
3 dogs. Yeah. And what are your 3 dogs' names?
Ace, Mia, and Troy.
Okay. And I did have a dog. In fact, it's been about 10 years since I've had a dog.
Wow.
And my dog passed away. And so we've not gotten another dog. So I'm dogless. So I'm going to ask you all a couple of questions.
Okay.
What is the most mischievous thing your dog or dogs has ever gotten into? Wendy?
Well, just last week, we had some stuff on the kitchen table that, you didn't think about the cats knocking it over because the cats are in cahoots with my dogs. They help them out. And so I had some hummingbird food on the table, 2 packs, nothing but pure sugar. And my hubby came home and there's like red hummingbird food all over the carpet.
Now,
and
hummingbird food is, I thought, like liquid.
Well, this is the sugar mix that you put the water in. So you mix it. So yeah.
So nasty.
Yeah. And so he stood there at the kitchen table and he's like, who's the culprit that got into the hummingbird food? And Mia is my little doggy. She's a little black collie, border collie looking dog. And she came around the corner with red all over her nose. And he's like, well, that lets me know.
Caught in the act.
Caught in the act. Man, she couldn't get away with that. She had red all over her nose.
And Candi, what about you?
My dog's an angel. She doesn't do anything wrong. No, I'm just kidding. So this is totally not her fault. And this is aside from like the obvious when you're a puppy, all the chewing stuff and the lost shoes that you'll never find and things like that. But one day in particular, this hasn't been that long ago, but she apparently got into something. And she's an inside dog.
Okay.
And she's a big dog. In case you've not seen her, she's a really big dog. And so when she gets into something nasty, that she probably shouldn't have got into, she had used the bathroom in the floor in a bad way in several spots. The bad news is I am very gracious, and I knew that's not like her, and she was sick. And so I would have loved on her and just cleaned up the mess and went on with it. My husband found it. And stepped in it. He found it by stepping in it.
Poor Ivy.
Yes. So he woke up. He called me. He's like, because I was already here at work because we come in at the crack of dawn. And he was like, guess what? And he had told me everything that happened and all the areas that it had happened at. So it was just the entire house. And I thought, I'm going to come home and we're probably not going to have a dog. She's going to be given to somebody. We're not going to have it. But I came home, she was fine. But she had just gotten into something because that's very unlike her and had just relieved herself all over our house.
Well, one of the things that endeared me about my dog, Mia's a rescue dog. So when we went to we saw her picture online and we went to the shelter to go get her and look at her and see if we would, be compatible. And we took her around the little grass thing and she was so shy. She was just, she wasn't responding to me or anything. And I'm like, I don't know if she's going to work out. But she heard our little dog at one time, Daisy, whining. And she ran all the way over there to Daisy.
Didn't know her.
And didn't know her from Adam. And then she fell in love with Rocky. We took Rocky out at the time. Rocky was our big old chocolate lab. And we took him out and she just stuck right by his side. And then I was like, I had to get her. But I mean, let me tell you, if I'd have known now anyway, I would have locked all the food up. But she goes in there and I was like, okay. When she stuck by Rocky, I was like, okay, we're going to take this baby home. And we went into the room and they have to do a microchip and you have to sign all the papers or whatever.
Well, it's like adopting a child.
It really is. Truly. And the lady goes, well, Mia, do you want to get a treat? And she opened up this big old bag of pepperoni, sticks.
That's the good stuff.
And Mia, she immediately ran over there, stuck her whole entire head in the bag of pepperoni, pulls her head out, and she's got like 5 or 6 little pepperoni things like all across her mouth, and she's just like wagging her tail. She's all excited. And I just looked at her and said, "Oh yeah, you my dog. You my dog for sure now."
That's how I do when I'm wanting a bag of chips.
That's right.
The whole head's going in.
Yes.
My dog, the silliest kind of mischievous thing she ever did, her name was Ginger.
Oh.
And retrievers, if you've not had a retriever when you go off, and it could be 5 minutes, but when you come back, it's like they haven't seen you in 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Every time.
But they also get very lonely when you're not there, and they tend to get a little mischievous. And so we had gone off, come home, and she had found a Kleenex box and pulled out every single Kleenex in the entire box. No, I think she was just upset.
She had been crying.
I know.
She needed a tissue, and she
her nose
pulled
was raining.
every one of those out. But my grandson just did the same thing recently, so there's that.
That's funny.
All right, let me ask you this. What is the most expensive item you've ever purchased for your dog?
Honestly, I would say the grooming, and that may not be a physical item. I mean, she's gotten some $15 outfits here and there.
Outfits.
You know.
Your big old dog, the size of a pony?
And $15 is cheap. for an
I started to say.
Yeah, she has a Bermuda shirt.
Aw.
She has a Valentine's dress, and she has Christmas pajamas.
Why am I not surprised?
I know.
I'm not surprised at
She
all.
loves it,
And
too.
she wears earrings.
Oh my goodness. Now I have not seen a picture of that. I would
She's
be wonderful.
just, the grooming would be the most expensive thing because she's just a larger dog,
Yeah.
know. So that, to me, I pick her up and I'm like, okay, this cost more than me getting my hair done, my nails done, all this stuff. Why is it so expensive?
I remember when we had Ginger and we were going on vacation, and I looked into some of the dog
Resorts.
Yes.
And
They used
so-
to be called kennels back in the
Yeah,
day.
it used to be called kennels. Now they're called resorts, and
Yeah.
they literally have their own bedroom. They have a TV in there. It's air conditioned. They have a schedule like a preschool, like outside play, snack, nap,
Wow.
TV time, all that kind of stuff. And so my husband and I decided to send our dog to the beach, and we stayed at the resort.
Right? Insane.
I mean, it is just, I just can't believe people pay for that. All right, Wendy, what most expensive thing you've ever, by the way, side note, we did not put our dog in that resort because
Ain't no
it
way.
was ridiculously priced.
Wow. Well, okay. So Ace got into something he shouldn't have gone into. So the most expensive thing we had to do for him was pay for surgery.
Oh,
Yes. But he's okay. He was good. But that was kind of expensive.
Yeah.
We have Troy, who's a part hound dog, so he's pretty big, and we have a crate for him that's $150 some just for him because he can't chew his way out of it. And for Mia, bless her heart, she got like a $40 dog bed that she absolutely loves. But so that's probably about the most expensive thing.
So neither one of y'all have, because I've seen these, and we have a friend that just goes insane when people talk about what they do for their dogs. Mm-hmm. Like he's not what I would call a lover of dogs.
Okay.
And so he just cannot get over what people do for dogs. But one of the things I remember, he just lost his mind over when he saw it. He said, I just cannot believe people will pay for this. Is like where the dog can watch you and you can watch the dog
yeah,
during the day.
Oh,
Yeah. they
like
have
security
dog-
cameras?
Yeah, but they have special dog
Yeah,
cam.
it's dog cams. That's
They even have ones that will distribute treats. So they're looking at you.
and you can give
it
the treat.
distributes treats.
Yeah.
How much is that?
I knew it.
Considering it?
I knew it.
Thanks for listening to the Quirks, Bumps, and Bruises podcast with Candi and Melody. If you enjoyed the show, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and share the podcast. You can learn more at joyfm.org.
Try Peas and Carrots podcast for more encouragement. Brian and Kayla share life from their piece of the vegetable patch. Expect a laugh, find common ground, and hear stories you can't wait to share. It's a podcast about doing life together, growing in Christ together, and learning to laugh no matter what comes your way. Search Peas and Carrots podcast wherever you listen to podcasts today.